I'm live. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's see if we can get a few people in. Okay, am I reconnected, Brian? I don't know what. I lost connection or something. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, maybe that's why. Oh, sorry guys. 1 second. Sorry guys. Sorry about that, Brian. Sorry about that. Work calls when it calls. So, I wanted to just do like a kind of live just to see, if people are aware of the series that I'm doing. And it's called the Scientology Chronicles. And there for a while, I was able to get out literally an episode every single day. My life has been very, very ridiculously chaotic the last few weeks. So, I finally got a bunch of content done this weekend, and I have several episodes that'll be dropped. Instead of every single day, they're going to be dropped Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So you guys are going to get 3 episodes a week. And then the audio podcast, I already have 2 seasons up already, and I'm working on season 3. So that should drop in the middle of, I'm hoping in the next 7 to 10 days. So hopefully that will be coming out really quickly, season 3. And I have I'm now listed. The audio podcast is now finally listed on Apple Podcast. It's listed on the I don't know, every podcast you can imagine. And it's very shocking. I'm very surprised. There's been I've had a lot of downloads. It's only been, I think seasons 1 and 2 have been up now for maybe 3 weeks, not quite a month. And I already have almost 150 downloads. So I'm super, and in several countries, it was Italy and Thailand and the UK, and I can't remember. There's Germany and a lot of different countries so interested in this series that I'm doing. So I thought I would just kind of talk about the series, and if anybody has any questions about it. What I actually did was I found online hundreds of documents, that where the all kinds of government agencies, the FBI, the FDA, Secret Service, CIA, all of these different government agencies, I ended up finding, I hope you guys can, I don't know if I'm blurred out. I don't know if is it, okay. So what I did was when I started reading through all of these investigation interviews that these government agencies did with tons of people, hundreds of people, and their stories and their descriptions about what happened to them, their personal stories in their own words, I started a series called the Scientology Chronicles, which is literally an absolute like treasure trove of all of these amazing people that try to get the government to pay attention to what Scientology was doing and how dangerous it was. And they were trying to sound the alarm about all of the abuses, the brainwashing, marriages being destroyed, fair gaming, all of these crazy things that Scientology was doing to people and wrecking their lives. So what I did is I started taking these stories, these accounts of people telling their own stories and giving the interviews, and I started doing a series called the Scientology Chronicles. And where these people can get like to have a voice, even though they did these interviews with all of these different investigators for different government agencies, their voices are now being heard again. And it's really powerful to hear the stories of a lot of these people and what Scientology did to them. So the Scientology Chronicles, there is a playlist on my channel, the Nana Boss Audits and Investigations. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. The episodes that I have on my YouTube channel, I show you the documents that I'm reading, and we talk about the documents, and I show you the documents. I read directly from the documents. So that's on my YouTube channel. And then on my audio podcast, it's literally you're just hearing the audio version. And I'm already listed on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and I don't even know, 10 or 12 other podcasts platforms. So if you haven't checked out my YouTube content, definitely check it out on one of the other platforms, audio platforms, and give it a follow, because season 3 is coming really soon. It's coming very soon, season 3. And then I will be doing a bunch of several like episodes on the audio podcast that will not be available on YouTube. They'll be available only through the audio podcast. I am going to be doing some additional content, and it will definitely blow your mind, some of this other stuff that I have found, and it's pretty mind-blowing. It's hard to believe that our government had this much information about Scientology, and yet they were not able to be successful. So go over, check it out. I think that this content, like I said, it gives a voice to the people that lived it, went through it. It ruined their lives. It ruined their marriages. Their spouses, they were basically, story after story after story after story about marriages being destroyed, children being withheld from parents, child auditing, PDF files being protected. It's a lot. It's a lot, guys. And so far, I've got, I don't know, 35 episodes already. And I've only gone through like that much. There's so much more to go through. Let's see, Brian's comment. Anybody who's new and reads this, please subscribe to the Not a Boss channels, especially with the light martini shining on the corruption. Yeah, shining on the corruption in Scientology and the government ignoring the warning signs. Yeah. Good morning, Dreamsy Smokes Reviews. Hi, good morning. Yeah, these documents that, you know, I'm reading and I'm pouring through really shows how much information the government had back in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. Like, it shows how much information and how in depth the information goes that the government had, and somehow Scientology is still around, and it shouldn't be. So there's who knows what the reasons are. Maybe I'll discover some of those reasons as we go through and as we pour through these documents. But for sure, you know, it's very disheartening to know how much our government knew. The elderly abuse, the child abuse, it's the brainwashing, the conspiracies, racketeering. I mean, if there was ever a RICO case, Scientology should have definitely, there should be a RICO case against Scientology back then and even right now. So, you know, like, there was so much going on. And our government knew. They knew. I think the most shocking things that I've come across so far have been the stories of two different types of things that have been very disturbing to me. One type is the children that were audited. There was also an account. It's one of the episodes. You can check it out. There was a nurse that actually contacted a government agency to report that her daughter and her granddaughter were involved in Scientology. She was a nurse. She was an RN, and she reported to them that her granddaughter, who was 12 years old, had signs of an STD. Don't you think that would have been something that maybe the government should have followed up on? I'm thinking that's something that the government should have followed up on. But they didn't, to my knowledge. I cannot find a case related to it. But it's those types of things that infuriate you when you literally start listening and hearing these people tell their stories. There's been some stories of some unalivings that I also have there in a few episodes. So it's, you know, it's definitely something that I think we all should know about. We all need to keep all these people in the, you know, in the back of our minds, because their stories are exactly like the stories we're hearing in 2024. It's the same kind of stories, the same kind of life-shattering, family-shattering type information from decades ago. So check it out. Subscribe to my channel, The Not a Boss Audits and Investigations, and you can find the series called The Scientology Chronicles, where I go through all these government documents obtained through FOIA requests, and look for The Scientology Chronicles on all audio platforms and go and check out seasons 1 and 2 that are available already. Season 3 is going to be dropping soon. And thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Brian, much love to you. And, you know, thank you guys for joining me. This is a very short, quick one. So go and check that content out. I think you're going to find it actually very enlightening. All right. No more kids in Scientology. Kids cannot consent. And remember to spread love and kindness wherever you go. Have a great day. Bye.